Now, let me tell you something. This right here is exactly what we're talking about. This right here is exactly why you need a dash camera. Holy shit. This right here is exactly why you need, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. That's exactly why you need a dash cam. My God. Two Japanese Sakano boxes basically destroyed each other. Now, if you've got a dash camera, you have the ability to tell the judge and the jury whether or not what happened is your fault or not. And if you don't have a dash camera, well, by God, you ain't gonna be able to tell them nothing. Okay, so today, what we're doing is we're going to be reviewing the PEZTIO Dashcam 4K with Wi-Fi. So it's on Amazon. As you know, I'm gonna give you all the links on Amazon, and I'll give you any coupon codes and whatnot, just in case you're interested in getting this PEZTIO. Now, as you know, this is a number, I think this is probably one of the fifth or the sixth products like this I've reviewed. So the question is, why do you need a dash cam? Why do you need a dash cam? Well, it's obvious why you need a dash cam. This day and age, there's cameras everywhere. I mean, you think about it, in some cases, you never know. You might want to take a drive down to Washington and go to the, the Capitol building and look around and maybe have some fun and learn a lot about American history. On your way down there, however, you never know. You could get into a car accident. Or, I don't know, maybe you could have a run-in with a police officer. Whatever might occur, whatever might happen, it's always good to have a camera. And the reason why is because these new cameras that record with a large angle of view, they can record behind your car, in front of your car. These recorders, these things are great for creating evidence that can be used in court. So let's just take a quick look at the PEZTIO 4K Wi-Fi Ultra HD camera. So basically, before I even get started, let me just say I'd like to thank my friends at PEZTIO because this is probably the third or the fourth product that they've given me. This is not a paid advertisement. What it basically is there are companies that they will give you a product. They want you to use it, test it, and they want you to show everybody how it works, and they want you to show the unboxing of it. And I'm so thankful for my friends in China and these companies because, you know, up until date, none of the American companies or the Canadian companies like Chrysler Fiat or anybody has invited me to any test drives of red eyes or demons or anything. They haven't sent me anything in the mail, and despite the fact I've spent so much on their product. But apparently my foreign friends continue to use my channel to promote the information for these products. But the domestics, for some reason, completely ignore the fact that I exist. I don't know why that is, but we'll get into that later. This product right here, this has a 170-degree wide-angle lens. Long story short, it kind of resembles a fisheye lens. It has loop recording. The last time I did a review like this, I used a PEZTIO, which had loop recording. And what that basically means is that using your SD card, it loops over the record and it continues to add more onto the SD card. As long as nothing happens in your journey, the recording is recorded, it's saved, and it just stays there until you actually need to take it to Judge Judy or Judge Madeline Ephraim. So it has a G sensor. G sensor basically means that if you bump the car or if somebody hits your car or tries to break into your car, it can, if it has power, it can activate and it can sense a sudden shift in G forces. That means that if the car is suddenly accelerated, like let's say it gets hit in the back, hit in the front, hit in the side, let's say if somebody beats open the car, breaks open the door, this thing, as long as it has power, it can sense that and it can start recording. So that means somebody break into your Dodge Charger to try to take all your shit out of it or to just take the car. It'll start recording. Now, hopefully, if they break in there and take your stuff out, you know, they'll actually just take your stuff and leave the car. But if they do happen to steal your entire car, well, they'll take this camera with them. And, you know, that's a whole nother issue. 24-hour parking monitor. That's based on the G sensor. So that means that if your car is parked and this thing's plugged in, receiving power, no problem. It will continue to record just in case something hits the car, it gets damaged and whatnot. Does it come with batteries? Yes, it comes with lithium polymer battery. They started using lithium polymer instead of lithium ion because lithium ion of low quality has the tendency to explode and set fires inside planes. So they tried to get away from lithium ion batteries where they can, especially if they're low quality lithium ion batteries. It's actually a very small device, which we're going to take a look at. But one of the better things about it is the fact that this thing can stay mounted to your windshield using this flat surface and sticky tape that it comes with. Stays mounted to your windshield, and you don't have to take it out of the car, and you can get to the information on it using the app on your phone. Now, I'm actually going to demonstrate that using my iPhone 12 Pro Max. And the reason why that makes things easier is because this way I don't have to go through the whole effort of plugging the thing into the computer and uploading to the computer first. So that's great. Okay. So they say it's a 4K dash cam with a NOVATEK chip, GC CMOS, 170-degree wide-angle lens. You can make professional quality 4K 30 frame per second videos, 12 megapixel photos, and 1080p dash cameras do not have as much resolution as this simply because obviously it's 4K. Built-in Wi-Fi with app control. There's a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi transmitter inside. This is actually in some cases similar to the GoPros that have Wi-Fi built in so that you can get to your GoPro using Wi-Fi control. Excellent clarity both day and night. We're going to test that. Obviously, I'm going to make a video of daytime driving, and I'm going to make a video of nighttime driving. In fact, as soon as I finish unboxing it, I'm going to make a video using the nighttime drive so that we can see what it looks like at night. Protection around the clock. Yes, it has a compact G sensor and whatnot, and it continues to loop record over the SD card. SD card comes with it. They give you a 32 gigabyte SD card, which is, to nowadays, I'd say that's probably about an $8 value. Maybe between $8, $10. But good, it comes with it. The last product I reviewed didn't come with it. And other than that, they give you customer support. Package content is one dash camera, one SD card, stickers for the window, and the car charger. Okay, this is the PEZTIO dash camera. This is how it comes. This is its box. As you can see, they keep things very, very simple over there in China. All right, so this is the camera. Let me open it as easily as possible. This is the camera. So as you can see, relatively small unit, not very big. It mounts onto your windshield with that sticky tape right there. That is the camera unit sensor. I'm going to take the tape off before I start recording. This is the space for the trans flash SD card, and obviously that's the power button. On the bottom, as you can see, it has an OK button. It has a simple up-down navigation, and then it has a menu button. So this is it. This is what you get. Now, inside the box, we have some cotton to, protect it. There's the trans flash card, 32 gigabytes, as promised. More sticky tape. Now, this is a nice, decent USB charger, which you could use for just about anything. You can either use it to charge your camera, or you can use it to charge one of those Android phones. If you do Android phones, this is what you can use to charge it. Now, the car charger itself, the adapter is separate from the actual wire. So this is actually a regular USB 3.0 to USB-C wire. So you can use this in various ways. This will basically charge just about anything. But that's basically it. There's a pass-through, as you can see. there's a pass-through right there so that you can charge a second device, which is great. So that means that if you only have a 12-volt plug and that's it, you can also charge something else. Like let's say you happen to have a radar detector. That comes in handy. And let me tell you something. This day and age, a radar detector and a dash camera, when you're dealing with these cops, yeah, you probably want to have both. Now, this is a simple push pin device that you normally get with a cell phone in order to remove the trans flash card if you need it to remove the trans flash card. So basically it just goes in that little hole right there. You stick it straight in there and it causes the card to pop out, just like it would if you were using a SIM card in your phone. One thing I should also mention that I see is it has an AVN. That means that if you have a camera, like for instance, if you want to hook this to a trailer and you have a camera add-on module, like for instance, in the photo right there, they show you that there are small modules that you can also add on to these cameras. Pretty much any camera that has a 2.5 millimeter audio video in, that camera will most likely be able to work with this device. Now, unlike the last camera mirror that I reviewed, the Vivalink, in another video right before this, this one doesn't come with that rear view camera. So one thing PEZTIO may do in the future is they may do a bundle where they give you the rear view and the front view. But for right now, they're just giving you right here, they're just giving you the front view camera. Okay, so basically that's about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the, what's it called? The user interface, and we're going to see how easy it is to navigate through the user interface. Okay, so we have a USB cable right here. Let's plug that in. Okay, starts powering up. Comes right on. Okay, so that's the view. Obviously, I'm going to make the video directly from the camera itself, but that is the view right there. Wide angle. It allows you to obviously set the date and the time. That's very important. So when you go into court, you can railroad whatever cop it is that lied on you and said he smelled weed, or you can railroad whoever it is that comes in there and starts messing with you. You can say, yeah, listen, you know, I went to Capitol Hill, but I didn't participate in any looting or rioting. I just went down there and drove my car in, drove my car out, and that was it. So the dash cam can be used as physical evidence to back you up. So on the screen, if you look carefully, you can also see that it shows that you have the recording has already started. You can see that it has 4K 30 frame per second. It's been on for 52 seconds. And the battery is charging. There is a small lithium-ion battery in here, which is good because that battery will stay on. So when you turn the car off, you know, it'll stay on. So that's a good thing right there. That's a very good thing. Okay, so what do we have? Let's go to the menu settings. Let's see, menu. You push the menu button on the bottom. All right, menu. All right, what do we got? Where's the navigate? Oh, you know what? You might. This doesn't have a touch screen, so I see an OK button. Let me see what that does. Okay, so the OK button stops the recording. OK button starts the recording. Okay, so that's the button on the far right. Chances are anybody who's driving around with one of these things, they're going to leave it recording anyway. Okay, so let's see the up and down buttons. Apparently the up and down buttons, this button right here tells you whether or not you turn on the, okay, so the second button from the right turns on and off the microphone. So right now it's recording, right now it's not. Okay, so you can clearly see the check mark, you can clearly see the no mark. Now, the second button, what's the second button do? Let's figure that out. You know, it would kind of help if there was an icon right on the screen, but there isn't, so that would kind of help. That would be nice. Let me turn back on the mic. So I turn on the mic, and then this button doesn't do anything right now. I believe that this button right here takes photos as long as the camera's actually recording. That's what it seems to me to be. Okay. So if I push OK, it'll start recording. And then if I push that button on the left, that's when it takes a photo. So each time I do that, it takes photos. Now, chances are somebody who's driving is not reaching up there to take photos. Okay, so I can stop the recording right there by pushing the last button. And then this menu, I push and hold it. And as you can see, I can totally switch modes. It goes into camera mode by pushing and holding the menu button. Push and hold it again. This goes into playback mode. So now that I push play, as you can see, it says the OK button does something up and down. The up and down arrows do something too. So let's see what happens if I push this. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's going through the photos. So it goes through the photos. All right. That's the play button. I think the second button probably makes it start. Let's see. Nope. Still giving photos of the dusk and my sexy legs. Okay, that's not what we want. So let's push forward. Okay, that's the film mode. Okay, so that's camera mode. That's play mode. Let's push OK. Okay, OK doesn't do anything on that one with the picture. Let's see what this one does. Now this looks like a video mode because that's the film reel icon. There you go. Then you push OK and it starts playing just like that. Takes a little bit of learning in order to understand the iconography and how you're supposed to do it. But once again, this device has a, what's it called? This device has a Wi-Fi app. So the Wi-Fi app wants you to use it through, like you can push delete right here. The Wi-Fi app wants you to connect this to your phone so that this way you can use this through your phone without having to touch it on your car windshield. So there is a slideshow right there. What's the next one do? Okay, push and hold. Okay, so that right there, that's when it's record mode. You see that there's a camera in the left-hand side. And in record mode, you have your video resolution. You have loop recording. You can turn it on and off. WDR. All right, so we'll go down. Let's see, G sensor, you can change that, turn it on and off. Motion sensor, you can turn the motion sensor on and off. So the video mode has the things that allows you to move through them right then and there. Okay, let's see what else there is. Okay, so that's that mode. And then the second thing, now they're talking about Wi-Fi. Well, what do we have for the Wi-Fi mode? They also have a license plate number, so you can enter in a license plate number. The last camera I had that exact same thing too. Okay, so now Wi-Fi, do you want to turn it on? Yes, I'm going to turn it on because I know I'm going to probably use it to download something off of it when I put the app in. So right now, the Wi-Fi is on. And it's showing you the SSID so that this way my camera phone can connect to the Wi-Fi. So it's probably a very, very simple process. You just use your iPhone, you go to the Wi-Fi app, and then you can connect directly to this device. I'm going to demonstrate the app. So don't worry about that. I'm going to demonstrate the app before I show you the video. Because the nighttime video and the daytime video are pretty much going to come right after this. So, okay, this is good to know. A Wi-Fi would be really nice to have in all of these things, in fact. But, yeah, that would be nice. Okay, so we're in AP mode. Let's get out of this mode right here. Okay, that took a photo right there. Yes, it is recording right now. I just took a second photo. All right, so let me push the OK button to stop the recording. All right, now that I stopped the recording, push and hold. Okay, so now I'm back in regular record mode. That is photo mode to take photos. Okay. And if I touch it one time, it gives me this menu for exposures, capture mode. You can change the capture mode here. All right, so what kind of capture modes do we have? All right, let's see. Okay, so you can have single, 2-second timer, 5-second timer, 10-second timer. So we'll keep it at single. All right, let's go up to image size. How big do you want the images to be? Do you want them to be 12 megapixel? Yes. We'll leave that alone. We'll keep it at the largest image size. Because, you know, if you got to blow this thing up for court, show it to Judge Judy, you want to have the nicest one you can get, right? Exposure. How long do you want the exposure to be? How much light do you want to get out of these exposures? Hopefully you can see that, because it's a very small screen, and it's also a very bright screen, which is the reason why it may be a little bit difficult for you to see it on my HDR of my camera. That also allows you to change the date and the timestamp of the photos right there. And there you go again. That's Wi-Fi license plate. So right there, that's the basics of the camera. That's the play mode right there for you to go through your slideshow. And right now we're right back to the Wi-Fi mode. So I'm going to have to activate the app in order to actually use this. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Basically, it's easier if you don't have to actually touch this portion of it. It's actually probably easier to use the Wi-Fi system from your phone. So we'll keep that in mind as we go and look at the app. Okay, so the app that you have to download from the App Store is called TimaCam. So TimaCam, as you see it next to my settings, TimaCam right here is the app, and it says, would you like it to find any devices connected to the Wi-Fi network? And I'll push OK. It says app connection failed. It's looking for it through my FiOS, and I'll push retry. Let's see, nothing. Okay, so what I can do is, I'm guessing that I need to go to my settings, and I think I need to look for it as a Wi-Fi connection. And it says right there, you see it says car DV Wi-Fi B110C, and then there must be a password for it. So the password is really easy. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and they did that let you get started right away. Okay, so there we go. I am now in the Tima app. It's connecting to the car DV, and as you can see, I can from my phone, you are looking at the camera's view over Wi-Fi. You can see a picture within a picture. Okay, so basically, it's a lot like a GoPro. So if you've ever used a GoPro before, you basically know exactly what to expect. So this thing can be mounted in your windshield, and you never actually have to touch it, which is pretty good. And because you never actually have to touch it, all you have to do is come to this device screen right here, and you can either push stop recording, like I'm going to push now. I can push stop recording. I can push take a photo, which I just took a photo, and you can kind of hear it snap behind me. I could take another photo. Let's see if I angle it up. Let's see, I take a photo. Okay, boom, took another photo. Take another photo. Let's see, I take another photo right there. Okay, so once the photos that you've taken have been taken, all you have to do is hit DVR album, and you automatically go straight to the video clips, and you go straight to the photos. So if I want to go to the photos, boom, right there. There are my photos. So I can hit my photo. If I don't like this photo of the keyboard, I can push delete. Delete, boom, one's gone. If I don't like this one, I push delete there, boom, one's gone. If I don't like this photo, boom, delete, goodbye. Now, if I like the photo, I can push download. But right now, I'm just deleting photos. So as you can see, it says the date, the time. They've used the time mode as 24 hours because that's how they usually do it overseas. But basically, that's what you're looking for. It's a lot like using a GoPro. Some of you may have never had a GoPro before, but at $80, this is a pretty decent camera for certain applications. I mean, some people mount GoPros to drones. Some people don't want to do that because the problem is the drone might crash and it's kind of expensive. This is an $80 camera that can do its recordings and you're not risking a whole lot. So as far as the video clips go, let's see, this one was done in 1721. This is one example of a video clip. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to delete all of them. One, two, and wait. Okay, they want you to do it one at a time. Okay, that's one, delete. Okay, then this is this one right here. I'm going to delete this one. All right, delete. And this is the last one. Delete. Okay, and that's it. And now all of a sudden my album is clear. These events, by the way, the events happen when the G sensor is shocked. So if you drop it, it takes a photo or it takes a video or whatnot, or it continues to record whenever the system is shocked, like if you heard it, or if you break into the car, or if you hit the car. So that's really good to know. And that's basically how it works. It's very, very simple. It's very, very straightforward. Again, if you've never worked with a GoPro before, that's pretty much exactly how a GoPro works. I like Wi-Fi because, like, let's say you have a drone. This way you don't have to keep transferring the SD card back and forth. So I like Wi-Fi a lot. So this is actually very, very efficient. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example of day and nighttime driving with this dash camera. And you can tell me what you think of it. It's pretty much straightforward, but you can pretty much tell me what you think of it after I download these videos into my iPhone and then upload the whole thing to YouTube. All right, let's take a quick look at the settings that you can get to from your phone. Okay, so as you can see your camera name. You can see your camera password, or you can reset the camera password. All right, device is disconnected. Let me reconnect the DVR. All right, close. So there are some, because this is a free app, apparently there's advertisements in it. Okay, that's a bit annoying, but hey, whatever. Okay, so anyway, let's go right back to settings. First of all, we stop recording. Settings. Okay, so you can change your password right here. You can enter a new password. I'm not going to do that. Video resolution, photo resolution, collision sensor, I turned it off. I changed my record time from 1 minute to 5 minutes, so this way it's easier for me to get large files in order to make this video review. Record, off or on. Okay, so obviously I turned that off. WDR will keep the wide angle recording on. Auto record. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn that off for right now because I would rather be able to simply push the button from the phone myself. That makes it a lot easier for me. Okay, time watermark. Yes, we want that on. Parking monitor, we'll leave that off. All right, total space. It reads your SD card, obviously. The SD card seemed to be formatted as soon as I put it in, so I didn't have to format the SD card. You can do a factory reset right here, and you can also see the DVR version. So that's pretty much everything that you have on the app. And they have a sync DVR time to your phone. By touching the very top right under settings, it allows you to sync the DVR time directly to your phone. So now that I push that button, I notice that the camera is definitely synced, but it's still, January 1st, 2021. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the app. So as you can see, this is the PEZTIO's nighttime performance. There's a lot of light coming from my navigation screen. There's a lot of light coming from my driver's side infotainment status screen. As you can see, it produces a very good high quality photo, wide angle photo, wide angle video. And it's, as they promise, it is 4K resolution. So if you put it on a 4K television with 2160p, it will show up pretty much exactly as you see it here. If you have to take this video into court as evidence, it will work out just fine. So nighttime performance is pretty strong. It's difficult to see people's license plates, but even with the dash cams that cops use, it's also difficult to see license plates. You typically, if you get into a car accident, more than likely you're going to stop anyway. So getting people's license plates probably isn't that big of a deal. However, as long as your microphone is on, you can always say a person's license plate on the microphone as long as the microphone is recording. But nighttime performance is pretty good. So it's pretty much nothing to worry yourself about. It's pretty much, most of these cameras use almost the same sensors, unless you're getting one that's made like GoPro or something like that, a very high-end, more expensive one. But I found nighttime performance to be more than passable. As soon as you turn the PEZTIO on, it automatically starts recording. So the thing that you actually have to be careful of is whether or not the microphone is on. As soon as I turned it on just now, I started talking, but what I didn't notice was that the little icon was next to the microphone. That meant that it was on mute. So ultimately, you have to actually turn the microphone on because the default position of the microphone is off. Now, this thing is most likely going to be somewhere in your upper windshield, so it'll be kind of easy to see. But for the most part, all it does is it records. Oh, what's that guy doing? What's that guy doing? What's that guy doing? All right, so anyway, it records, and it keeps recording, and it keeps looping the record after it finishes recording, right? So, as you know, I set this camera for 5-minute recordings. So every 5 minutes, it starts a new recording. Each recording is placed into a file, and that file is stored on this camera until you take it off of the camera using the app. So it's actually very, very simple. By itself, it pretty much just starts recording, and all you got to do is manipulate it if you want. Now, one thing I didn't see on the app for the phone is that even though I can go on my phone when the Wi-Fi is on, and I can tell it to turn the recording on and off, one thing I didn't see was that you could turn the microphone on and off from the app. I did not see that. Another thing I should say, and I think maybe people had a problem with this in the reviews that I saw online. I think one of the issues that people may have had with it is that the Wi-Fi seems to default to off. So the Wi-Fi doesn't just stay on and wait for a connection. It seems to actually default to off. So that means that if you're an Uber driver and you're getting ready to go out, you need to actively turn this thing on, and you need to activate the Wi-Fi, otherwise the Wi-Fi will remain off. So that's kind of an issue, I think, because most people, you think about it, most people would get into the car and they would just start driving and they would forget about certain features being on or off, and they would forget it, and they would just leave the camera just recording, and that's it. So my thing is, there's a little bit of micromanagement that goes into this. I think it would be better if they had designed the app, or if they redesigned the app. I'm going to probably write them a letter about, what I think they need to do in the app, because I've actually had to do that before for some companies like Western Digital, and I had to tell them, it's like, listen, your app is great, but you're missing some things, right? So I think what they really need to do is they need to rewrite the app a little bit, just so they can make it so that you can turn recording on and off, and you can also turn the microphone on and off, simply because the default position is off. That would be really good. And I also, again, I say that the Wi-Fi antenna in this thing needs to always come on if you physically have set it to on. It should never turn off, because how are you going to, if you're in the need of a recording, now you got to physically go into it and touch it and everything. So that's not good. But other than that, this is a really nice little unit. As I said, you can plug a AV camera into it, so you can add on, like if you have a trailer and you want to add the camera onto your trailer or your tow, you can put the rear view camera onto the back. I had to finish this part of the video by flicking on my iPhone because the battery in the PEZTIO died. So the battery died after, it felt to me about 5 minutes, give or take. But the battery was charging all night long, but it only lasts like 5 minutes. So that must mean to me, I would say that the battery inside this thing is lower than about 500 milliamps. Here's the thing though, what they expect you to do is they expect you to obviously plug this into a cigarette lighter. My problem is, in most modern cars, there is no cigarette lighter up top. What there is there's a mirror and there's a dome light. Now, what I'd like to see is somebody make a splice connection for the dome light, so this way you could plug your camera into the 12-volt power supply for the car. Now, it also caused me to think about something. Oh shit, this guy, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, don't look at me, asshole, you're on tape. Mr. KDZ 2204 in that fucking Toyota Camry. I nearly turned you into a cube. Don't make me run you down, buddy. This guy got right up on me. What's this guy's problem? What's this guy doing? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, keep looking forward. So anyway, as I was saying, one of the reasons why you wouldn't want to use a camera like iPhone 12 Pro Max or any new iPhone, one of the reasons why you wouldn't want to use that as your primary recording device is simply because these things overheat. Because when you're recording in 4K or whatever and you're leaving the screen on, the thing starts to overheat. Now, when I make my long recordings, usually I'm outside, and I've had to experience that too, because the problem is the thing will overheat, it'll throttle itself, and then it'll turn off the camera in order for it to cool down. If you plug this into a battery charger, like if you have a Mophie and you're recording and the screen's on and the screen's dimness is set bright so that this way you can actually see it, it overheats even faster. So the iPhone or a camcorder might, or I should say iPhone or any smartphone, that's probably not the best thing you want to use to do these recordings. These little cameras like PEZTIO has, these things are designed for endurance recording, and that's a good thing because it can keep going, and then it keeps on adding to the SD card, and the only time it really stops is when you decide that there's something on the camera that you need for evidence or something, which is why the Wi-Fi system and being able to download it into your phone makes a lot of sense. So basically, it's a good camera. The sensors and stuff is pretty much no different than what I've used before. The main difference that I had here was the fact it was wireless. The last one that I used, the Vivalink, that was a mirror. I like the mirror style, and I think PEZTIO might want to make themselves a mirror design and put the PEZTIO software inside a mirror. That would be nice too. But the bottom line is the Wi-Fi system is really good for these things. So they should definitely, man, these people are driving crazy today. What the hell is going on with these people? I'm just staying in my lane, minding my business. All of a sudden, everybody's blowing and everything. This guy, oh, you know what it is? It's that slow-ass Nissan. That guy's got everybody like way back there, and somebody started blowing at him. It's like, yo, man, you guys gotta get it together, man. You guys gotta get it together. Look at these. I got these Econo boxes, these little Mustangs with the fart cans. I got the Nissan Ultimate cheating girlfriend car. And when you see a man driving a cheating girlfriend car, that means that he doesn't have a car and he borrowed that car from his girlfriend who's cheating on him. Now, what I hope is not going on here, I hope that Ultima is not racing that Mustang, because even a Mustang with a fart can engine is more than a match for one of these little 2.5 little slow-ass Ultimas. And this is an old Ultima. But anyway, as I was saying, the PEZTIO system is really nice, and it's a good camera, and I would like to see a mirror version, and I would also like to see them put Wi-Fi in it, and I think it would be perfect. Crazy man here. Look at this guy in his Honda Fit. KDE 7216. This is a crazy man. This guy's like, he's playing chicken with everybody. Oh, he's playing chicken with this goddamn BMW. Look at this. Look at this. I got this old ass 7 Series. Why are you playing chicken with the BMW 7 Series right behind me? Why are you playing chicken with this guy? Why are you playing chicken? Look at these people. What is wrong with these people? I didn't do anything. Why are these people going crazy out here? What are these people? What the hell is going on today? Look at this. The Ultima's back. Look at these guys. Yo, these people are crazy out here. What's going on here? And it's an old 740. That thing is 2008, 2009. That thing is old. Why are y'all playing chicken with each other? What is this? I'm just here trying to drive my Jeep. You people are going crazy out here. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Got a Honda Fit riding my bumper. What are you, crazy? This thing weighs like 5,000 pounds. Why are you look at him, look at him, look at him right there. Look at him. Honda Fit. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Look, what are y'all doing? You guys are maniac. What are y'all doing? You're endangering the public trust. What are y'all doing? Look at these guys. Look at them. Look at them. Those two. They're right together. Look at them. What are these guys doing? What are these guys doing? This is why you need to have a PEZTIO dash cam. Because if one of these idiots were to crash into my truck, oh, you believe you me, this truck gonna run them down. 5,000 pounds of iron, and these guys are playing chicken with me. That's why you look at them, and they still at it too. Look at them. I don't know what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on today? What is it with these people? But anyway, again, the PEZTIO dash camera is a good camera, and you should definitely consider getting one. And you never know when you're gonna have issues and try. You never know. It just pops up. It just pops up. You got to get yourself a dash camera that has Wi-Fi and that takes good 4K images, so that this way, if you end up in court, you've got all the evidence you need.
To be continued.